Jings, 1 minute we're at the bottom of the ocean. The next we find ourselves in the Champs Sauvage. How long has it been since me and the princess last set foot here? It can only be the fate that's brought us back.
Listen.
Ever since the fateful night we were driven from Dungeonsville, Rob and I have wandered the world, keeping our true identity secret. We passed through these lands several times, I'm sure. There's a village with some famous old ruins over the bridge to the south.
Oh.
What a strange place. The north is so different to the south. It's almost as if they're two completely separate worlds. Well, Tran, which area shall we take a look around first?
I've been thinking.
Did you see her, Tran? There was a little girl in a fancy uniform walking up the path just a little while ago. There must be some kind of school around here. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Maybe we'll learn something.
How wonderful!
Amazing! I never imagined we'd be able to use Lorelei's harp to sail through an underwater cave and pop up in the middle of a lake. Maybe this isn't the only place we can get to through these whirlpools. Come on, Tran, let's check them out. The Salty Stallion wants to go spelunking!
Listen up, laddie. You know, I've been thinking.
Before I teamed up with you, I traveled all over Erdrea, picking pockets and sleeping under the stars. Don't think I ever came here, though. Let's head to the nearest town. When you find yourself in a strange place, it's always good to talk to the locals and get the lay of the land.
Victory! We did it, darlings! Blow away! Victory!
Listed. I was looking for it. Oh. There. Mini medal. Alright, let's I guess push southward and maybe the rock slide will be clear. There's an ancient book here. The binding is almost completely worn through. Tran can only just make out the words, The Trastedia, Secrets of the Waters, on the faded threadbare cover. He tries to read a page or two, but something tells him he's not quite ready yet. I need to tag this so I can warp to it. Actually, you know what? Since I just saved it, I might as well try a little bit of crafting. If I don't like the results, I can just load it. Tran's extensive experiences on his quest have granted him new crafting capabilities. Maximum focus up by 14. Quadra-bash. Quadra-bash is a strong strike over a set of squares in a 2x2 arrangement. Multi-bash. Multi-bash consists of 4 quick, medium-strength blows made at random. Who knows where they might land? Triple whammy is a single strike with triple the standard strength. Oh, too hard. I think the multi-bash canceled the critical hit. There's one target. Bonjour, Wanderer. Are you in possession of unwanted mini-medals? Then take a left fork and come and visit us at l'Académie de Notre Maître des Médiales. Man, I'm very bad at that. I guess listening to these people may improve my bad French accent. Platinum! I missed one. There it is. The Eerie Eyrie. I wonder what that is. I'm gonna have to stop for now. Thank you very much for watching Tran Wins Dragon Quest XI. I'll see you next time. Welcome back to Tran Wins Dragon Quest XI. Let's go ahead and claim the 5 bullseyes in this area. The first one I'm going to get is near the southern cave and the campsite down here. And then further to the north of it, right there in the trees, which is north of Nam Nan. Now the next one is near the lake, but I'm going to go ahead and grab this horse. You can't take the horse across the bridge, so I couldn't start this segment with it. Well, I could, but I'd be doing a lot of backtracking. In the lake over here. Whoops, almost passed it. Over here near the waterfall. Next to the academy. And finally, next to the Bodkin Archer himself, or the campfire, if you just look to the south. Champ's Shooter, awarded for hitting every bullseye in the Champ Sauvage. Alright, well let's go ahead and make a save here. Now let's head over down to the academy. Every character is wearing a happy hat and 2 bunny tails. 'Neath the branches of the birches, daffodils sway and swing.
Here among the graceful gardens, budding young ladies sing.
We'll stride across the wide, wide world and hunt for mini meadows low and high. But our hearts live forever in the Academy de Notre Medaille. That would have been much better if there actually was some sort of singing in this, other than me.
Allez, hop! Très bien. A splendid rendition, girls. Now, to your lesson. May you have a maximally fruitful day on your journey to become miniature ladies par excellence.
All together now. Merci, Monsieur Medaille.
Merci, Monsieur Médaille.
Merci, mesdemoiselles. What have we here? It is not so often that we receive les visiteurs. It is a minimally common occurrence, in fact.
Okay.
Incroyable! I do not believe it! Young man, it must have been fate that brought you here! Destiny! La Providence! I sense a great power within you, a power of maximal significance. There is much to discuss, but not out here, eh? Come to my office, and I will reveal all you need to know. It is nearby, a minimal distance. You will see.
Whoa, okay.
Fabulous!
A school all the way up here? Color me confused, honey. And why in the world is their school song all about mini medals? That fellow with the big bushy beard said to meet him inside the building. Let's see what Mr. Whiskers has to say.
Oh, aye!
Here to get some practice talking to girls, are you? When I was your age, they were the ones who came to me.
You know, I've been thinking.
Wow, this place is so, like, refined. I'll bet the rich little girls studying here have never met a guy like me before. Seriously though, if somebody told them I'm a wanted man, it's like they're too scared to look me in the eye.
Are you alright?
There's a lovely smell coming from the school building. It must be tonight's supper. Stew, if I'm not mistaken. My mouth's watering already.
Yes!
This academy's uniform is really stylish, don't you think? It's just so chic. I'm sure it'd suit me to a T. When I was the same age as these schoolgirls, I was studying too. Rab was teaching me how to perform the perfect roundhouse kick.
Okay.
I can still remember the very first time I was able to put my boot through a brick wall. Such happy days. I like her. Bonjour, traveler, and welcome to l'Académie de Notre Maître des Médailles. In these schools, the daughters of the finest families in all Erdre ensemble, and trained to become young ladies extraordinaires. Oh, hello there. Welcome to the Academy. Have you met Monsieur Medailles, the headmaster? He collects many medals from all over the world. If you're looking for him, you should try his study. It's the little cottage just inside the main building. My French accent's probably the worst of all my bad accents. The statue is called La Collectrice. It depicts an elegant young lady picking up a gold medal in a distinctly dignified fashion. I guess so. Let's go into this well with dignity. Do you want to hear something that's going to blow your mind? This hut is actually the holiday home of a mini medal loving monarch. He comes to stay here whenever he wants to get in touch with how a mini metal feels, hidden away in the shadows. Rich people have such silly ideas all the slime. Mini metal. Dangerous? Okay. I was expecting a mimic. Like, I know this is a city and everything, but it just seemed way too open. The ideal form that we seek to recreate is that of Lorelei, the figure immortalized in bronze in the school gardens. It is based on the Academy's very first chef de classe, Lady Minette Maximilian. Ah, if I could have but a fraction of her grace. I've only just joined this school, so I don't really know what a mademoiselle is. It's some kind of cake, right? But I keep doing what the big girls say. Do you think they'll let me have one? Good day, sir. We are the proud members of Les Mesdemoiselles Magnifiques, an exclusive club for only the most dedicated disciples of grace and elegance. We are currently practicing the proper way to pick up a mini medal. No self-respecting lady would ever collect one anyway but this. There are two things you need to become a master fisher person: a never say die attitude and patience. It's the same with collecting mini medals. Through the road you tread may be dark and dangerous. It might also lead you to great treasures. I'm Zazie, the leader of the roughest, toughest girl gang in the academy. We live by a single rule. Don't do bad things to good people, but stuff the rest of them. Problem is, I've gone and broken it. Have you met Madame Wallop, my form teacher? She's one of the good guys, but I, accidentally stole her favorite whip and threw it down the, you know. She might seem to be all sweetness and light, but when she gets angry, she's seriously scary. If she finds out what I've done, she'll have my guts for garters. If I could get her a replacement, I might be able to get out of this without too much trouble. But it turns out you can only make them with a fun-sized forge. I might as well face it. I'm stuffed. Hold on. You're some kind of globe-trotting adventurer, right? You haven't picked up a fun-sized forge on your travels, have you? If you have, it'd be amazing if you could help me out. Well, will you make me a new whip for Madame Wallop?
Zazie wants you to make a top-notch whip to replace the one she misplaced.
Thanks a million. Let's get started then, shall we? I found a set of instructions for making the same type of whip in the library. Here you go. Train receives a recipe book entitled Lashings of Class. He reads it from cover to cover and learns his incredible concepts by heart. Sure, learns how to make Queen's whips. Madame Wallop is a classy lady, so a bog-standard one won't cut the mustard. Sorry to be a pain, but I'm going to need a +1 version or better if I'm going to make it out of this alive. Oh, and don't even think of equipping it yourself. If she finds out a boy's had his grubby mitts all over her special whip, there'll be hell to pay. My life's in your hands, adventurer. Forge me a whip fit for a queen and let me make amends. Try and accept the Making Things Right quest. If Madame Wallop finds out that I pinched her favorite whip and threw it away, goodness knows what kind of cruel and unusual punishment she'll have in store for me. If I could get a replacement, I might be able to get out of this without too much trouble. But it would have to be a Queen's whip. Nothing else will do. And it couldn't just be a bog-standard one either. If I am going to get out of this alive, I'm going to need a +1 version and better. Oh, and don't even think of equipping it yourself. If she finds out a boy has had his grubby mitts all over her special whip, there'll be hell to pay. My life's in your hand, adventurer.
Yes? Do not stare at me, Coppercup. I believe the words you are searching for are Bonjour, Madame LaRouche. Honnêtement, I do not know what Monsieur Medallas is thinking, allowing such an inelegant young man to wander around the academy willy-nilly. The girls who attend this honorable école will one day be the shining stars of Virgin haute society. They should not be mixing with riffraff. As head of the deportment department, it is my duty to ensure that all who come here live with the required standard of elegance and politesse, and that includes you.
Hello, mister. My name's Chantal. Do you remember all the words to our school song? Shall I give you a reminder?
No.
Wow, you remembered this whole song already. You're amazing.
Yes.
Alright, get ready to sing along. Here comes the official school song of l'Académie de Notre Maître des Médailles. Ahem. 'Neath the branches of the birches, daffodils sway and swing. Here among the graceful gardens, budding young ladies sing. We'll stride across the wide, wide world and hunt for many meadows low and high. But our hearts live forever in l'Académie de Notre Maître des Médailles.
They say the Academy was founded by the king of a faraway country, but I don't think that's true. All the kings I've read about live in enormous castles with vaults overflowing with gold, silver, and jewels. Why would anyone as rich as that be interested in collecting many medals? Chantal has such a lovely singing voice. Even Monsieur Mangeton is moved. Look at the way he's moving his little nose up and down. He's obviously choking back tears. Aw, funny. Welcome to the Academy. I'm Madame Augustine, and I've been a teacher here for 40 years. I cannot count the number of young girls that have passed through these hallowed halls. So many happy days. I thought that they would last forever, but my old bones, they are beginning to creak. It will soon be time for me to leave this place too. Listen to me, girls. You must never ever set foot in the Eerie Eyrie. The entire path to the east is strictly interdit. It is forbidden to go there. That valley is ruled over by a cruel and covetous Elysium bird. If ever that feathered fiend sees anything shiny, it seizes it in his talons and takes it home to its nest. If he should catch sight of the twinkle of your beautiful eyes, girls, those orbs brillants, he would surely think them priceless jewels and pluck them from your heads. If you do not believe me about how horrible that place is, there is a book in the bibliothèque that will tell you all the gruesome details. I advise you to read it from coverture to coverture. I guess that's where the orb is, huh? Oh, hello. I'm Candida, the chef de classe. It is my role to look after the other girls and keep them in line, but they really don't make it easy for me. Take young Livy, for instance. Why, just the other day, she saw an Elysium bird carrying a silver sphere in its claws, and decided to chase after it. If she'd followed it all the way to the Eerie Eyrie, we might never have seen her again. Oh, it gives me the shivers just thinking about it. I'm Chloe, and this is my sister Cleo. We're identical twins. If you ever have trouble telling us apart, there's an easy way to do it. Just remember that Cleo's the clever one and Chloe's the clod. Where's the other way around? Now even I've forgotten which one's which. I'm Cleo, and this is my sister Chloe. We're identical twins. Did you know that twins have special powers? We can always tell what the other one is thinking without even saying a word. Mother says it's because we share the same leaf on Yggdrasil's branches, so however far apart we may be, our spirits are always together. Achoo, achoo. Tran's nostrils are suddenly filled with an intensely flowery fragrance.
Bonjour, Monsieur. My name's Mallory de l'Amour. Do you like my perfume? All my friends in school say I'm the prettiest smelling walking corpse they've ever met.
Stay away from me. Wow, I get so nervous when I speak to strangers. My tentacles won't stop wobbling, but I'll do my best. Here goes. Welcome to the Academy shop. What can I do for you? What would you like to buy? Is there anything else? Hello, Cherise. This is the Academy dormitory, where all our lovely little ladies eat, sleep, and dream. Normally, the bedrooms are strictly off limits for boys, but for you, I will make an exception. Well, will you be staying with us this soir? Oh la la, don't be so shy, Cherie. Hello, Mansour, and welcome to our Pearl Boutique. The Perfectionist Pearl is great utility. Very useful indeed. With it, you can improve your equipment with no need for other rare and expensive materials. It seems you have 134 Perfectionist Pearls. We offer pearls at a price of 100 gold coins each. How many do you wish to purchase? Not this time, Mansour. Turn? Well, you must return if you ever need Perfectionist Pearls, s'il vous plaît. You know, Cherie, you are the first young man who has ever been allowed to wander freely around the academy. Normalmente, any boy who attempts to enter is turned away at the gates by Monsieur Gardenier, the groundsman. It must be someone très special for Monsieur Medalles to welcome you with open arms. Have you met my petite sœur, my little sister? She runs the miniature medal exchange in Puerto Valor. We look very alike, so people often confuse us for each other. Oh, please don't stand so close to me. You're making me go wobbly. You must be the voyager Monsieur Medalles told me of. I am Madame de Beauvoir, Vice Principal de l'Académie. Perhaps you might be able to help me with unique enquête privée, a private investigation. I was tidying the bookshelves in the bibliothèque the other day when I made a strange discovery. In amongst the old and dusty textbooks, I found a diary. I thought it was probably left behind by an ex-étudiant, a girl who had once studied there. So I had a petite peep inside, but what I found there was curieux et encore curieux. Very strange indeed. Tell me, Voyager, will you help me get to the bottom of this little mystery? Madame de Beauvoir wants you to look into the mysterious message left in the student's dusty diary. Merci, Voyager. Thank you very much. Bonjour, let me tell you what was written in this journal. Here I will bury my memories where the shadow of the birch trees that we dream beneath stretches in the evening light. All that I leave behind, I leave to you, my dearest friend. Maybe merely my imagination, but I cannot help thinking that this message is meant for me. When we were girls, my best friend and I would often sit on these swings beneath the old birch's branches and speak of what our lives would be like when we were grandes personnes. If this message is from her, then I must know what it means. What is buried out there in the garden? I would go and search myself, but alas, during the day I am busy with my work, and at night I cannot see where I am digging. If you would search the garden in my stead, I would be très obligé. Very grateful indeed. Et bien, allow me to read the message to you encore une fois. There I will bury my memories, where the shadow of the birch trees that we dream beneath stretches in the evening light. All that I leave behind, I leave to you, my dearest friend. Hello, I'm Madeline. I'm the head dinner monitor. Do you want to know what's on the menu tonight?
No.
What? You don't care what's for dinner? What's wrong with you? Hehe, then I'll tell you, Madame Croak will be serving her specialty, Brazilian sausages.
If you put one in a freshly baked bun with Svardrastria and wheat, and add some fried onions from Panglai, it makes for an amazing hot dog. The night's soup is cream of vegetable, and for dessert we have strawberry cake from the finest bakery in Gondolia, and exotic fruits fresh from Honolulu. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. Dinner time can't come quickly enough. Cooking for these girls is a true test of endurance. You think they are delicate little flowers nibbling away on raindrops and sunbeams? None, they are ravenous monsters with bottomless pits where their stomachs should be. No matter how much I pound on their plates, they lick them clean and beg for more. Still, you are what you eat, as they say. Ces deux batons to be are lucky I use only the finest ingredient.
Before I go upstairs, let's check out the bibliothèque.
I'm afraid I am something of a clean freak. I keep the corridors spick and span, but the library is so dark and dusty. I simply don't know where to begin. I'm sure the books must be very valuable. Our school is ever such a good one after all. But they're all so musty and moldy and old. Still, I'm sure an adventurer like yourself would find them an absolute goldmine of useful information, if you could bear the palm.
It looks like the previous year's student register. There's a list of all kinds of weird and wonderful names, followed by a note saying that the register for the next school year will be compiled soon. There's a book called All That Glitters Is Soon Gone, A Tale of Condors and Criminality by David Attenville. Deep in the eastern reaches of the Champ Sauvage, a secluded valley sits high in the mountains. Locals call it the Eerie Eyrie, for it is a nesting place of that most infernal of flying fiends, the Elysium bird. Like many of its smaller avian cousins, this bird shows a compulsive interest in objects that twinkle and glisten, and will roam far and wide in search of such treasures. The most egregious example of this behavior occurred quite recently, when a particularly aggressive individual attacked a nearby manor house. The beast tore through the very roof of the building and made away with a large silver orb, the most priceless heirloom of the noble family who dwelt there. The monster was thought to have taken the orb back to the Eyrie, but a party sent to recover it never returned. It seems likely that both they and the treasure they sought will never be seen again.
I am the biggest bookworm in the academy. I've read every single volume in this library from cover to cover. If you're looking for an interesting read, I can highly recommend All That Glitters Is Soon Gone. It's all about the Elysium bird that lives in the valley to the east.
There's an old book entitled The Medal-Winning Wisdom of Lady Minette Maximilian. Sharon takes it from the shelf and has a closer look.
Nay, cherie, if you ever are lost as to how to be perfect little ladies, I ask you to do one thing for me. Remember the example of the mini-medal hunt. What is the first thing we do when we set out in search of our little friends? That's right. We unroll our trusty world maps and think carefully about where we will begin our search. In other words, we exercise our knowledge of the world and our powers of reason. It is these two things on which all our actions as mature, thoughtful ladies must be based. To discover mini-medals is to discover the world. And this is why we seek them out, because to be a woman in this day and age means to be a thinker and a doer par excellence.
But luck, Tran finds a recipe book entitled Next Level Neckwear. He takes a look inside. Tran learns how to make stars of clarity, necklaces of immunities, and full moon collars, rousing rose collars, care revieres, torques of truth, protective pendants, chokers of riddance, dogged collars, papillion pendants. Wolf. There's a book called Perfect Picnics for Monster Riding Mademoiselles. Tran takes it from the shelf and has a closer look.
A skull rider's steed is fast and strong, but not so fast that the rider's tummy doesn't start to rumble before he reaches his destination. Anyone who's traveled on monsterback knows that it's hungry work. Which is why, whenever I set out to see the world atop a monster mount, I make sure to pack a hearty lunch. 2 large rounds of sandwiches and a pot of coffee with 3 lumps of sugar and plenty of milk. A perfect traveler's picnic. With that in my knapsack, I'm ready to sit back and watch the world go by in style, knowing that I have a real treat awaiting me when hunger strikes. Hello, I'm Conchella, and I'm Shell Slime. If anyone asks you what's got a foot but no legs, the answer is me. I love a good riddle. I'm just putting the finishing touches on the most mind-bending, brain-straining riddles yet. As soon as they're ready, I'll challenge you to a royal riddle bonanza.
Trent opens the book at random and sees the word jackpot printed in large letters on the page. It must be his lucky day. There is a book called The Seven Wonders of the Académie de Notre Maître des Médailles. Trent takes it from the shelf and has a closer look. Wonder number 7, the mysterious rose of the window, a student slain in a terrible accident. This spirit, once a pupil of the Academy, is doomed not only to remain in our world, but to remain in the very spot where she met with her untimely death. She appears in the prep rooms at night and is never seen anywhere else. Her mournful face can be seen staring from the windows on cold and lonely evenings. At what she gazes, only she can know. Perhaps she still dreams of graduating, something she can never do, and of the chance to go out and see the big wide world. That's horrible. There's a book called King Charlemagne's Maximally Marvelous Idea. Trent takes it from the shelf and has a closer look. Since long before the Metal King ever became a king, he lived only for his beloved mini-metals. Gathering as many of his little golden friends as he could was all he ever cared about. But the moment he held his newborn daughter in his arms, something changed. Suddenly he found himself caring about someone else's happiness. He wanted the best for his little girl, no matter what it took. For 3 days and 3 nights he racked his brains, trying to think how he might ensure that the princess grew to be a wise, graceful, beautiful woman who loved mini-metals just as much as he did. Then on the morning of the 4th day, as he performed his daily exercises, specifically tailored to help him seek out mini-metals of course, he had an idea. Eureka! He shouted. I should create a school where young ladies can learn of the wonders of mini-metals, and so the Académie de Notre Maître des Médailles was born. But luck! Trent finds a recipe book entitled Fine and Dandy Designs. He takes a look inside. He learns how to make smart suits, posh waistcoats, bling bling belts. I don't currently see what map that might lead to.
When the world of the living is fast asleep, those who are no longer living may return to walk among us. In the dead of night, perhaps you too will chance upon a wayward spirit. But enough of that for now. Allow me to attend to your own eternal soul. Ahem. Your hair is just gorgeous, and those big blue eyes, oh. I'd love to talk more, but my friend here would just get jealous. Maybe I'll see you around somewhere? Bye for now, handsome. Hey, guess what I'm thinking about? Are you thinking about those fairies you saw at the bottom of the garden? Maybe you're imagining what it would be like to dance at a Heliodorian ball. Don't joke, you know that when I look into your eyes I can't think of anything else. Oh, you're such a silly Billy. Oh, hello there. My name's Priscilla, and I have a problem. A secret anguish that I can't tell any of my classmates. You look like a tight-lipped sort of fellow. If I share my deepest, darkest secret, will you promise not to tell anyone?
Priscilla wants you to help her with something that's been worrying her recently. It seems you're the only person she feels comfortable talking to.
Mwah, thank you so much. Now, have you heard of Le Mini Monde? It's our school newsletter.
I heard that Madame Cherie was starting a new column offering advice to the Lovelorn, so I wrote a letter to ask her about my secret passion. But I'm too afraid to read her answer. What if she says that he'll never be mine, and my heart would break clean in two? That's why I need someone to read it for me. I can't ask any of my classmates. They can never know the unfathomable depths of my desire. Which is where you come in. Could you go and read this month's issue of Le Minimonde for me and see what Madame Cherie says I should do? I find it pinned up on the notice board in the gallery overlooking Monsieur Medaille's study. You can't see it, just ask Bastien, the editor. She's a neighborhood, so you should be able to spot her easily enough. She'll be able to tell you where to find it. Please, you have to read Madame Cherie's column for me and let me know what she says. I'm too scared to read it myself. There's a story entitled I Love to Hate You, a Schoolyard Scandal. Tran takes it from the shelf and has a closer look. Standing in the unkempt field behind the school, the wind playing with the crimson scarf wrapped tightly around her neck and tussling her auburn hair, Emily's eyes burned with a barely concealed rage. Finally, Matilda appeared. The two girls locked eyes. The stalk of an unripe cherry poked from the corner of Matilda's mouth. You took your time, Emily. Her voice was harsh, almost screaming. Don't speak with your mouth full, Matilda, Emily snapped back. You know I hate that. You wouldn't want to make me angry now, would you? Matilda grinned her wicked grin and spat the cherry pip high into the air, where it soared in a lazy arc. And it was then that Emily realized the moment the pip hit the ground would mark the start of the fateful final fight between these two long-standing rivals. To be continued. Will Emily survive? What will happen to Matilda? Read the stunning conclusion of next month's issue, The Scarlet Scarf's Farewell. There's a book called Jolly Songs for Jolly Girls. Tran takes it from the shelf and has a close look. Grubby Grubby Gremlins, a traditional Svardarestian folk song. Don't be shy, sing along. Grubby Grubby Grublins, so small and strange and lumpy. Grubby Grubby Grublins, some are gloomy, some are grumpy. Gloomy Grublins always sad, grumpy Grublins always mad. Come on, little Grublins, oh, it's not so bad. Grubby 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 Grublins. Yeesh. Bling Bling Belt. Mini Meadow. I'm Bastien, editor-in-chief of the school newsletter Le Minimonde. Not that you know it from this big blank, blank, blank space on the notice board. I just finished tacking up this month's issue when it got caught by the breeze and blew out the window. And to top it all off, it was an all new format. It even had the long-awaited Cherie column advice for the Lovelorn from Madame Cherie herself. Were you hoping to get some advice yourself? I'm sorry, but it would take me far too long to reprint it. I decided to write this issue off and start working the next one instead. If you're absolutely desperate to read the Madame Cherie column, you'll just have to hunt down the one and only copy. It blew away in the direction of Iriari. I'll wager that some kindly monster has found it and stuck it up on a signpost somewhere. Why do I think that? Because it was a masterpiece, of course. Even the meanest monster would recognize its genius and want to share it with the whole world. Hola, darling. I'm training to be just like my idol, an absolutely fabulous masked martial artist who goes by the name of Sterling Silva. I can do a decent impression of the cool way he talks and all those dramatic gestures he does, but the one thing I haven't been able to replicate is his amazing physique. Not yet, anyway. My grandma's a famous botanist. That means she studies plants. When she was a little girl, she came to the academy too, just like me. She told me that this tree is a vessel for the memories of Yggdrasil, but I've never been able to work out what she meant. Before I graduate, I'm going to find out what's so special about it, so I can be a botanist just like Grandma. Is this like a movie player? I guess so, yeah. Mini medal.
Ah, there you are. Now, you must allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Maxime Médaillé. And this is my humble establishment, l'Académie de Notre Maître des Médailles, a school in which miniature ladies bloom into beautiful full-grown flowers. As part of the education, we encourage our pupils to journey through all the lands of Edrea and to gather the maximum number of mini medals they can find. As they hunt for medals, they immerse themselves in the cultures of the world and acquire at least a minimum of, savoir-faire. But every so often, a born medal hunter comes along. I sense this in you. I see the most maximally adroit medal detector of my career before me. However, there is one miniature problem. The Academy is for young girls and young girls alone. Sadly, I cannot offer you a place here. But does this mean I will allow such potential maximal to remain untapped? No! By the power vested in me, I hereby enroll you as an honorary member of l'Académie de Notre Maître des Médailles.
Now to the formalities. First of all, take this, your very own album des médailles. De quoi? What is this you are saying? You already have an album des médailles from the miniature medal exchange in Puerto Valor? I knew it was a bon idea to open that office. I have them hand out albums to able adventurers in the hopes of finding a medal collector maximal. By now, I have found you. Now that you are enrolled as an honorary student of the Academy, I can give you access to the full package for elite metal detectors only. Allow me to upgrade your album to its maximum capacity. Maxim adds more pages to Trans Album de Medallas. For each and every MIDI medal that you bring to me, I will add a minuscule stamp to the album, and the more stamps you collect, the more maximally magnificent your rewards will be. Now go, young man. Your quest to collect the maximum number of mini medals has officially begun. Seek them out, pick them up, and bring them to me. Felicitations, young man. Reward for collecting 20 stamps is a rune staff, a maximally magnificent prize indeed. Felicitations, young man. You have completely filled a page of your album de medallas. This is not a miniature achievement in the slightest. You may have maxed out this page, but your career as a metal detector extraordinary is not yet at an end. None. It is time to turn over a new leaf. Et voila, you have now collected a total of 26 stamps. Keep the many medals coming, and when your total reaches 30, I will reward you with kit fit for a king. Now isn't that a maximally magnificent prize? Awarded for completing the first page of your album de Medeas. Who can equip this? I assume Veronica can, but can anyone else? All the chicks can. Okay. Don't worry, I'm not a bad slime, I'm a goo slime, practicing how to pick up mini medals like a graceful lady. With my bouncy body, I can grab them 10 times faster than anyone else. Look at me goo! This way to the Eerie Area. Enter at your own risk.
Listen up, laddie. Fabulous!
I've been thinking.
Oh, hello.
Hey!
Listen,